Hello everyone. Hi Esther, welcome. Sorry about that. I think I forgot to click on go live. So I was sitting here waiting. No one was coming. Not knowing I haven't clicked on go live yet. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Can you hear me all right? Okay, so I just took, whilst I was waiting for people to come in, I just took this trade on NAS. So based off the fact that this pin bar came up, we had a dual pin bar forming here, and then after that we had this bull candle pushing above the blue line. So I entered in at this level. So currently price is just hovering around the entry area. I'll go ahead and then put my stop loss below. So okay. Welcome everyone. sorry for the delay. I just forgot to click go live, but we are here now. So as I said, as I was waiting, I entered this trade on NAS. After I saw this pin bar, double pin bar here, and then price pushing up above here, so I got into it now. So this is an area of resistance where we'll see how price reacts off this area. So by which time we would have moved our stop loss above our entry to break even. So we'll then wait and see how price reacts at this level, this area of resistance above here. So let's look at US 30. So US 30 is quite in the move, quite a nice move up. So if I'd seen it earlier, we could have entered off at this level as this last purple candle was taken out, and then had another entry here, another entry here. So hope NAS is yet to push up to do this push that US 30 has already done. Hi Tembi, hi Lisa, hope you're all doing great. Welcome once again. Welcome once again to the live section today. So today we'll be looking at US 30 and the NAS as well. See how we can find some opportunities. As I was saying, I just checked this and then I realized that this has already gone past, so we could hang around for another opportunity once it shows up. Okay. So as usual, if you look at where price is at now, so the first thing we have to consider is the state of the market. So it was in the narrow state and then pushed down to this wide state. So now it's heading to narrow state again. Looks like that's what it's intending to do. So basically from the wide state, the next state we push onto is the narrow state, but at the moment it looks like it's pulling back a bit. So we'll see how it plays out. So this is gold. Gold had a very nice push down here. This started around 10, almost 11. This would have been a very lovely sell here. It would have been a very lovely smooth sell. So as usual, it came to a narrow state. The price pushed above the 20 moving average. Pushed above the 20 moving average, and then off it went into the white states, then pushed down again. So this is the same thing we do over and over again. So guys, it's just like market breathing. So the market inhale and then it's exhale. So the inhalation time of the market is where it's in the narrow state. When it's in the narrow state, the market is inhaling. At the wide states, the market is exhaling. So that is where we look out for sell opportunities. So we don't look for buy opportunities at the wide states because it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous to do so. So if we look at how gold played out here, so on this particular one, it would have passed the test. It would have passed the test. So we have P, C, T. So over here, the position is well below the moving average. So position is a tick, it's a pass, and then the dominant colors we see from the top here to this level is purple or red, as you may have it on your chart. So that is a tick as well. And at this point in time, the blue line is more or less be flat here. So we'll say we have 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. And still a pass. It's still a pass. So whenever you see this, so our entry would have been as price took out this last green candle, would have gotten into the trade here, and the rest is all this profits as it's still pushing down. Let's just check on the higher time frame to see what's happening there. Delete all this. Okay. So on the daily, price is being held up at this level of resistance. So it's been testing. So now it's kind of pushing below the moving average. So with regards to where the 200 moving average is, it's more or less went to a wide state and now coming to a narrow state. A narrow state at the moment. So there is a probability, if there's a high probability that it could push down to this low before turning around. if it breaks below this 50 moving average, then there's a probability that it could get further low here. Yeah. Go back to the 1 hour. Yeah, so as it stands, this is how we have the gold. Let's go to the 2 minutes time frame. Yeah. So that's the analysis on gold for you. As it stands at the moment, we are late to join into this sell. We are late to join into any sales here at the moment. So let's see what we have next. Hi Christine, welcome. Good afternoon, Tembi, good afternoon Lisa, good afternoon Esther, good afternoon everyone. So let me quickly show you this again. So it's very important before you start trading to identify the states of the market, whether it's in the narrow states or the wide states. So if it's in the narrow states, you know what you're looking out for. If it's in the wide states, you know what you're looking out for. That will determine the direction that you need to trade. Yeah, so let's see NAS. So NAS is kind of hits the stop loss, so it kicked us out of the trade on NAS. Yeah. Looking at where NAS is now, it's in the wide states. Even on the daily, you can see it's in the wide states. So with the way it's looking, there's a chance that it could push down to the blue line. It could push down to the blue line. If we'll see. Let's see on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, we have this area of supports, which is the, I think the 750, I think. Which area is this? This is supposed to be 750. Okay, 750 is up there. So this is just another. So this is 750, and then price is just halting at this level. So as we can see, this is the blue line. This is the 1 hour chart. So we're just doing a quick analysis. This is the 1 hour chart, and this is where it was in the narrow state before it shot up. So here we are in the wide state. But again, I'm a bit wary to sell on this because price, as it got to this wide state, it's kind of just moving sideways. Just as I was showing you the other day, was it yesterday? Yeah, that in a situation like this, I compare the initial move to the top and then mark out the middle. So if, for instance, where this blue line is the middle of it, I will find the 1/3 area. So this is the halfway, and then divide where it started from, this area, bring this up a bit. Let's say it's from here. Then I will divide this area as well. So now price is just at the upper part of the move. It's moved all the way from here to this high, but it's not been able to push any further. So if it remains here, if it's held up at this level, the first 1/3 of its initial move, then we'll look out for some for it to push up further, or if it can also push up to halfway of its move, where this line is, or somewhere here, and then pushed up. But if it comes all the way, let me put this, if price decide to come all the way, this what could happen. Another one, this could also be another idea where it can do this. But if price comes all the way from here to this low, it might just do something like this and then drop. So currently it's holding at this level strongly, because if the buyers have lost momentum, we would have seen a bit more drop. It could happen if when the market opened, but currently this is what we see here. So we'll play it as we see it. We'll play it as we see it. So this is on the 1 hour chart anyway. So 2 minutes. So let's look at US 30. Seems now it's just holding. So US 30 has also kind of gotten to a narrow state. So this is the 200 moving average. It just came from a wide state and then pushed up. So it is currently at the narrow state where price and 200 moving average and the 20 are all together. So over here we just have to wait to see what happens, and then we can if we look at the higher time frame as well, maybe it can give us a broader view of things. It's also in the wider states on the higher time frame. This is the daily chart. So presently this is where price is. This is the 4 hour chart. Price is here. It is in this area of, I would say, is it consolidation. It's kind of holding at this level anyway, so we'll see how it plays out. If you have any other pair that you are looking at or you want us to look at, you can pop it in the chat. Then we can have a look at it. So it looks like US 30 is kind of pushing up. So I'm just going to put in a trade on here, then the stop loss will be here, because we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Just waiting for it to pull back a little bit. So looking at this technically, we could have gotten in right here when price took out the high of the last purple candle. That's where we could have gotten in. So now it is at this area where it came before and then turned round. So it could happen that we just hold on a little bit. It could happen that this might be forming a double top, then turn round. So we just hold on a little bit to see what will come out of this. If it wants to continue the upward trend, fine, we will spot an opportunity to get in. But presently, it's just halting at this area. Okay, as I said, Aussie chef. Australian US dollar, Australian Swiss franc, Australian Swiss franc. There you are. So looking at this now, this is the 2 minutes as well. So it happens to be in the wider states. Look at all these moves. Where were we? That we left all these moves out. We could have enjoyed all this if we happens to have seen it earlier on. But currently it is in, let's pop to the 4 hours. Let's see what is happening on the broader view. Yeah, so on the 4 hours, it was coming from a wider state, closed up a bit, and so this is a pullback. So let's see the daily. So the main trend is a downtrend. It is a downtrend. So yeah, so it looking to be a strong downtrend. So over here, once a purple candle takes out a green candle, we can maybe get into it for a sell. But as it is where it is, it's getting into a sell here might be a little bit tricky, because if you look at the distance we have here from here to blue line, and then from blue line, okay, price is always almost back to here. So the thing is, once this happens to be a trend line area. So if this area is broken, price gets close to this place, we can maybe get to the red line. That's why it will be an ideal place to enter a sell, because now where it is, it's a bit wide apart. It's a bit wide apart, but nevertheless, it could happen that just as it happened here, it came above this zone, so it could come back here and then drop. So if it come back to this zone, and then we have a color change, if price takes out the last green candle, we could look out to take a position on here. We could look out to take a position there. So as we can see, price was in a narrow state, pushed down, came to a narrow state again, then pushed down. So if anything at all, we have to go back to narrow states, and then where that would be the ideal place to. The ideal excellent place is the narrow states. So let's look out for. So as I think I was trying to explain something about the markets, that anytime we are trading, we get into to be trading, we have to identify where price is at. So with that said, once again, this is what we look out to do, or to look out to identify which direction we ought to trade. So this is where I was saying that it's like the market breathing. So at the narrow state, the market inhales, then at the wider states, it exhales. So if it's exhaling, that's coming down, we look for sells. Inhale, then exhale. And the same thing happens over and over again. So in a, like over here we have a downward trend. So this is the inhale zone, and this is the exhale zone. Another inhale zone. So on the downward trend, you can see it's slanting. It's not flat as I have drawn it. So the same way, if it's an upward trend, you can find it climbing up. So let me just, so we have a good example here. We have a good example here. So over here is the narrow state. Price pushed from here to this high. So this became the wide state. The narrow state, it inhales. Inhales, then it gets to the wide state, then the exhalation begins. Time to sell. It sells, then gets to the narrow state again, then it begins to breathe in, then it breathes out, and then close the gap. So that's what we look out for all the time. So if we come to this point where price breaks above the 20 moving average, we look out for entry as we take price to the wide states. So once we get to the Y state, that's the area I said we have to be actors. We have to be Y state actors. You take your profit and then you look for another opportunity. You take your profit and then you look for another opportunity. So, for instance, here, as it comes back to the moving average in an upward trend, you add on using the color change. So as this green candle takes out the high of this last purple candle, it's time for you to enter to ride it up. It's the same thing, we do it over and over again. And we as traders, attention everybody, we as traders, our job is to cut out, and then any trade, for instance, we enter and it does not work, our job is to cut it out and then look for another opportunity. We cut out, we look for another opportunity, we leave the market to do its job. The market's job is to make us money. So we are not trading to make money, we are trading to cut out the losses. We are trading to cut out the losses. So just as I entered the position here, it went up, gave some small profits, and then I had my stop loss below the entry. So as it changed its direction, came back, it took me out of the risk that I accepted and placed it there. So as I said, that is fine. If you go through the process and then you do everything and it takes you out sometimes, it's fine, it's a good trade. You didn't pick that trade randomly, you carefully selected that trade. So if it doesn't work out, you look for the next one, you look for the next trade, and then you move on. So as we can see, price is currently on NAS is currently holding at this level. NAS is currently holding at this level. It's in a trading range now. So we'll look out for an opportunity. Once it gets out of here, it's currently in a range. So this, it's below the 20 moving average. So as it is in a range now, what you can wait for to do is as it gets out of this ranging zone, then you take a trade on it, because in this area, if it's ranging, it could be going up and down until it pops out, makes a new high to give you the direction that it really wants to travel in. Other than that, we just wait for price to tell us what it's wanting to do, then we'll follow through. So over here, with this move as we see here, it looks like it's more decisive compared to this move. This move looks to be more decisive, but again, we have to be convinced that it's going down, so we wait until it pops out and then it gives us an entry setup, then we get in. So see, as it came to this zone, it's trying to push up again. So you might do this until maybe the US market opens. in the next 1 hour 30 minutes. Hello Trisha, how are you doing? Good afternoon. US 30. So at this point, it is in the inhaling states. It is in the narrow states on the US 30. So if it gives a downward trend, so after it pushed below this 20 moving average and the 200, this is the candle that we could take a sell on it. We could take a sell on here once it breaks below this last green candle. So we have 44 seconds left on this. Okay, so this has closed below the last green candle, so I'll just go ahead and then put in a sell to see what happens on this trade. I'll just put in a sell to see what happened, because it came from a wide state to narrow. Then now from narrow it's attempting to go to a wide state again. So stop loss will be, I'll put it somewhere here. Okay, a little bit room. I'll put it at the top here. So going through the process, price is below the 20 moving average. It was above it, crossed below the 20 moving average. The dominant color is purple. And talking of trend, now we can see the blue line arching down, giving us indication of it going down. So that's the reason why this entry was taken. So we'll wait to see what will come out of this trade. Stop loss placed right above here. So just as I was saying, we traders, our job is to cut out the losses. The market's duty is to make us the money. We cut the losses. The market's duty is to make us the money. So we have to be excellent in doing that, in playing our part in cutting the losses to keep what money we have on top of what the market makes for us. So it looks like you're going to have a stop out here, so that's fine. That's fine. As I said, if you take 10 trades, at least you get 7 out of the 10. The 3 might be some losses that you incur, but by the time you finish the whole sequence of trading, the 7 trades will give you more profit to cover whatever drawdown you might have incurred. So that's not an issue at all. It's all part of the game. In the game of trading, you can't avoid it. You can't avoid drawdowns. It's all part of it. So that's how we have to manage it properly, excellently, cutting our losses early before it goes into bigger, ugly loss or drawdown. We don't want those. That's why we cut them as early as possible. If the reason why you enter the trade is no longer valid, you are out. There's no need to keep on holding your position in the trade. There's no need to hold that position. So you look out for another opportunity. So as we checked on the higher time frame, the US 30 is in its wide state, but if the trend will continue, it will still be pushing up. Hello? There will be an interview. My catcher Terry on trend one friend not catcher the mandam information. Okay. Okay, but sorry guys. Okay, so if it continues pushing up, then we look for a buy. We'll look for a buy to push up. So that's why it's also important to have the right lot size as you trade. So if you get hit on any one particular trade, you are playing it within your maximum loss per trade. And if you do that, that shouldn't be anything to worry about. You should be fine. You should be fine. So everything is cool. It's under control. Everything is under control. Good afternoon, Molly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have any pair that you want us to look at, you can point it out. So now, price, looking at US 30, price has just broken above the moving average. So we'll look out for a setup and then we can take it up. And the other area of concern is this area. So once, I would say, if it breaks above here, it will be a good idea. It will be a good idea. Let's look at NAS. Yeah, so NAS is still in the box, playing up and down in the box. So Right. Anyone with any question or any pair you want us to have a look, drop it in the chat, then we can have a look at it. So looking at what US30 is doing at the moment, it's also is kind of ranging at the moment. It's in a range, trading range. So when this happens, what you could do is just hold on a bit, let it play out, do what it wants to do. Once it's ready to move, we look out for an opportunity to ride with it. But as it is now in a trading range, I would say it's better, if you're not using the right strategy to tackle it, it's better you stay away from it until it pops out of the range and there's a clear trend, whether upward trend or downward trend, then we'll play it. Because now just going up and down on the moving averages. So we watch it, we watch the movie, then we enjoy the movie. When it's ready to give us money, we join it. If it behaves itself, then we take the money out. If not, we cut it. We cut it and then we look for another opportunity. Right. Let's see NAS. So as you can see, I've boxed NAS also in this range that it is in. So not until it gets out, gives us a clear direction where it wants to go, we are not interested. Because at this point in time, if you're not careful, you could lose a lot of money here. You could lose a lot of money here if you are not careful about it and tackle it rightly. You could lose a lot of money. So to avoid some of these things, you just stay away until it gives you a clear indication what it's doing. So as I said, normally after a good push down, so this push down we had here, after a good push down or up, it tends to trade in a range. So that's exactly what it's doing, coupled with US30. Let's see silver. So looking at this, silver had a very nice push up, nice trend up here to the, got into the wide states. So the narrow state is here, where we have the best option, the best opportunity once it's ready to move. So from the narrow states, it went into the wide states, and then from the wide states comes down to narrow state again. So from here, if it's something that is going to go up again, we could catch an opportunity to ride it to the wide state again. So if we look at how beautiful it's did here, from the narrow state to the wide state, narrow state again to the wide state. So when you have this in mind, you are always one step ahead in terms of the direction that you can trade. So here we are not predicting anything. We are not doing any prediction. All that we are doing is we wait for price to give us the opportunity. So here all that we'll be looking out for price to move above the moving average, and then once price takes out the last purple candle, then we are in. So with this we can see much clearer. This is the last two purple candles, and after that there was these tiny ones here, all above the 200 moving average, and then above the 200 moving average. So as price moved above to take out the highs of this last purple candle, our entry would have been right here. Our entry would have been right under this, on this candle. So entry here, stop loss right below here, and then see how beautiful it went. How beautifully it went. How many pips this would have given? A lot of pips. A lot of pips to enjoy. According to this measurement, it's about 1,312 pips times whichever lot size you chose or you traded with. I can hear somebody doing oosh. That's a lot of money. So guys, it's the same thing we do over and over again. Even apart from that, apart from enjoying this ride all the way up here, we had a lot of opportunities to have added on to this trade. So this, after this initial entry, price pushed up here, pushed down again to the moving average, because that's why I always say we trade with understanding. Why did it push back to the moving average? If you check the two moving averages, the 50 and the 20, it's crossed over. And once it crossed over, we expect price to pull back. So this is pulling back. We have the understanding why it's doing that. So once it pulls back, we could get another entry from here. Another entry as price took out this last purple candle. Another entry here, and then another entry here as well, depending if you hold it all the way up. If this, I think if you enter here and your stop loss was price never came close to your stop loss, your entry is far away. So you adding more to it, you are safe to go and then leave it to run until it gets into this wider states. Get into this wider states. So when price is away, the space between price and the moving average, the space between price and the moving average, and you find pin bars forming, it's just telling you what is likely to be happening, the next move that is likely to happen. So we have to look out for some of these things. We have to look out for some of these things. So looking at NAS just poked out of the box and now it's pushing up again. So we want to see a close out of the box, and then we have a proper setup, then we can follow it through. Okay, let's look at US 500 SPS. SPS. So just as the other ones are moving sideways, SPS is also doing a similar thing. SPS is also doing a similar thing, which I believe by the time the US market opens, they will all pop out and begin to go the direction they want to go. So had it not been just this up and down that it's doing, we can have, if we do a test on here, you realize that this would have been an entry, but because it's just in this box playing in this range, trading range, as I said, it's better we stay away until we get a proper move. Poking out. So looking at where price is coming from, there's a high probability that it will continue downwards, as it already looks like it started. There's a high probability, but we'll wait to see. So let me just go over our entry requirement again, what we look out for when we looking for opportunities. So the strategy for trading, the strategy is when we find the blue line being this blue line we see on the charts, the 20 moving average, if it's going down, our aim is to follow it where it's going. So we trade going down. And in a situation where price breaks above the moving average and is going up, we also trade with the moving average going up. So we never trade against the moving average. We never trade against the moving average unless it's giving us the indication of what it's intending to do. So if we identify what the moving average is intending to do, that is what we also anticipate, and then we follow it suit. We don't trade against the moving average. So if the moving average is going down, we trade going down. We look for sell opportunities to go down. We don't trade against it. So all the green candles going up, we avoid them and then look for the red candles or the purple candles, as I have on my charts, to trade down. The same in the same vein, if the moving average, which is the 20 moving average, is going up, we look for opportunities to go up. We look for opportunities to go up. As simple as that. So here the trend was down and the moving average crossed above the 20 moving, the price crossed above the 20 moving average. That's the simple moving average. Price crossed above it. So now if we talking about doing a test here before our entry test, before we take the trade, price is above the moving average. The dominant color, we need to identify the dominant color as well in the direction that we want to follow. So price crossed above the moving average, and it's here at the moment. So the dominant color we have in play is the green candle. The dominant color we have in play is the green candle. So we wait until the next green candle takes out the high of this purple candle. Then we get into the trade. So for instance, when the last purple candle here we have has some wicks, you can just consider the body of the candle. So the body of the candle is the shaded purple area. So the moment price crossed above the high of that body of the candle, you can take a trade. You can take in your trade, or you can if you take the trade on that candle, that means you getting into your entry is anticipation entry. Or if you wait for the next candle to come up, then you get into the confirmation entry. So we have the anticipation entry where you enter on that particular candle, overtaking the previous less dominant color. That's anticipation entry. But if you don't take your trade on that particular candle, you take it on the next candle that forms, then you are, which is this one, you are entering on a confirmation entry. Right. So once you enter your trade, that means it's the only thing is, if you enter on the confirmation entry, your stop loss will be a little bit wider, as we'll put it below the candle we entered on. So if you entered it on the confirmation entry, the difference is you kind of will be risking a little bit more compared to the risks if you put it below the anticipation candle. your risks from there, below it, from there to the confirmation candle will be a little bit different anyway. So I don't know if you, I hope it's clear. What I mean by that is, let me just draw on this so that is there a news item today? Because I can see price beginning to move like crazy. Is there any news item? So the comparison I was making is from if you entered at this level where price took out, let me change this color. At this level where price took out the previous candle, your stop loss will be here. But if you enter your trade on the confirmation candle, your entry will be somewhere here. So what I was saying is, you will more or less have a wider stop loss distance compared to the confirmation compared to the anticipation entry, which is on this candle. So technically it's from this entry level to here on the anticipation entry. Then if you enter on confirmation entry, that means you place your stop loss here, then from here to here it's a little bit wider. So with that said, confirmation entry happens to be a better option than the anticipation entry happens to be a better option than a confirmation entry. So with a confirmation entry, price would have traveled a little bit higher than the anticipation entry where you entered. So that's what I mean. So I hope you've caught the explanation. Okay, we have unemployment stuff going on. Okay, quickly. Alright. Okay, so it looks like this one is already 130. Okay, I think it was just issued. So the next one is the yellow flag, and then the next one is 10. So okay, that's fine. That is fine. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Hi, Sigodu. Welcome, welcome. Yep. Okay, so I was just taking us through the entry requirements and of the strategy. So I hope with the explanation I've given, it makes sense, and there's no confusion anywhere. So okay, let's look at where price is at now, if it's any different from what we were having before. Which one is this? Okay, so this is US 30. It's still in the box. It's still in the box. NAS popped out, came back, still in the box. So if we have something like this, then we have a high probability of it going up. So this is on the 5 minutes charts, and looking at what is done here, it looks like it's forming a W. So if this holds, then that will be fine. However, okay. Yeah. So come on, give us a chance, give us a play. Let's make some money. Give us a play, let's make some money. So guys, sometimes you just have to wait and then see what happens. You don't have to force the trade. If it's not giving you what you're looking out for, you just sit and wait. You sit and wait until you get something out of it. Because looking at this, all this up and down movement here, compared to you getting into a trade like this, you getting into a trade from somewhere here which moves so smoothly into, gives you more profit, get into a trade again from here, moves like this, and then you getting caught up in something like this. Not nice. So sometimes you just have to sit and wait, look for the best opportunity, because at the end of the day, you don't want to throw money away. You don't want to throw money away. So as I said, our job as traders is to cut the losses. Anything that will be an issue, we cut it off. If it's not working out the way we anticipated it to be, we get out. Okay, let's do 2 minutes and see what's happening here. 2 minutes. So over here, price has closed above the 20 moving average. It's pushing up at the moment. So ideally we could have gotten into it here, but nevertheless it's not too late. I think I'll just go ahead and then put in a buy on this candle and see what happens, because we have this W formed here. So I'll put in a buy on this candle and see what happens. I'll put my stop loss below this candle. If it comes to kick me out, that's fine. I followed the process. How many minutes left on this candle? So on this candle it's left with 23 seconds. So it's almost done. My entry, because of spread, my entry happens to be at this high. This high. Anyway, that's fine. If it has to go up, it will surely go past my position. It will surely go past my entry. giving me some kudos. So right above here we have the 7,750 level, this key level here. So we just hope it breaks through it easily and then make its way to the next level. We hope it wouldn't be any issue. So I'm in the NAS trade now. I got into this NAS trade because looking at it, we have a W formed here, and then you can see the size of the candle being more decisive from here. It's much more decisive from here, so we hope it continues. My stop loss is below the candle I entered on right here. So we'll wait and see the results. Yeah. Does anyone have a question or suggestion or comments? Put it in the chat. Let's have a chat. Let's have a look at it. If you have a question or comments, put it in the chat. So, looking at what is happening here, where we boxed price at the top here happens to be an area of resistance. That's where price was coming to test it, dropping down, coming to test it, dropping down. But now price kind of closed above this area. So with this candle coming back, I would say it's coming back to test this area, and if it has to go up, then it will turn around and go up. So all that I think is doing now is trying to test this area of resistance. It's now an area of support, so it's coming back to test it as a support. I believe that is what is happening there, unless it proves otherwise. So we'll wait and see what happens. Wicks. Okay, let's look at US 30 as well. Whoa, US 30 even flew up so powerfully, which much bigger candle. So with US 30 as well, just as I said, we should wait and see what will happen. It also popped out with this big candle. So as this happened, as price closed above this last purple candles here, as price moved above it, that's what I mean, moved above this zone, we could have entered on anticipation entry on this particular trade, because price is above the moving average, and I said if price is above the moving average, we trade going up. And the dominant color we look out here for is the green candle, which the green candle happens to be the dominant color. And The next one, which is the T, is the trend. We look to find if there is a trend, and we can see the blue line has begun arching up, giving us a confirmation of an upward trend. So we'll just wait and see. As price is coming back also to do what NAS was doing, to test this area, which was a resistance area. It's now acting as a support area because price has broken above it with this powerful bull candle. So if anything at all, it wants to go further up, it comes back to test the area as a support. It was a resistance area, it's now coming back from the above it to test it as a support. So if this support holds, then we're looking at price going further up, So on here, I'm looking to get a position here as price takes out this last purple candle. If price takes out this last purple candle, which is happening now, I'll go in for a buy. I'll go in for buy now. Even though it hasn't gone that far, I'll just go in for a quick buy. Then I'll put my tight stop below here. I'll put my stop there. Just hoping it's finished its retest, that it doesn't come down again. So I guess SPS is also doing the same thing. SPS is also doing the same thing. We boxed price in here. So now that it broke above it, because we didn't want to trade in this trading range, just to avoid us being caught up in any kind of situation. So if this area of support holds, then we can expect some upward move, which could be like this. So price came from this low to this high, came back to test here, then we expect something like this. So this is the analogy where we're at least expecting to happen. If not, if this area of support does not hold, then a downward move could be in the picture. A downward move could be in the picture, and we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. So guys, if anything at all, you can take these trades, or you put it in your demo accounts, and then we all see how we make money together. As you're learning how to do it by yourself as well, so that you get the experience. As I said, your own experience is your best and the ultimate mentor that you can have. Your own experience is your best ultimate mentor. So you have to keep on practicing to get a feel of that experience that we are talking about. Let's look at NAS. So NAS kind of have a deeper pullback. So we're just seeing if it will hold. If it will hold, then we'll say the retest held, and then it's pushed up again. looking at this whole move that it began. Price started from here. Price started from this low, pushed up all the way up here. So from what I was teaching you earlier on, I said when this happens, I normally divide this whole move into two halves. Then I divide the top half into two again. So this is the high of it and the low of the move. Let me delete this one. So we'll then divide this one again into quarter, another quarter from the high. So as I said, if the momentum is strong, you sometimes have price coming to this first quarter, then it will turn around and go, or it could come all the way to halfway of the move. It could happen like this, from the top here to this first quarter, then it goes. Or it could, so we are just building up a scenario of what is likely to happen. It will come here and then go all the way up to where it wants to go. The third one is price could also come all the way from this high that it created to here, and then something like this could happen and then drop. So what we are actually looking out for is for price to stay within this top half. If price stays above this top half, we have a high chance of it going up. But if it drops to the bottom half, then we have a high, a chance. It has a chance of it going down. So currently, it is staying in the top half. So we incorporate all this into how you trade. So you just have in mind to understand what is going on and then how you react, how you take advantage of it. So currently we can see with all this move up and down, price is pushing up with this big candle. So we hope it closes on this big candle and make further move. So it's left with 23 seconds left on this candle to close. So if it closes like this, at least we kind of have some momentum coming in. Let me delete this off the chart. Do you get the picture of me putting all these things on? Is it clear or is it confusing? So in the midst of all this up and down move, what you have to do is to train your eyes to spot some patterns that will form. So the pattern I spotted here is a W. So when a W forms, we anticipate an upward move. On top of it, we have these wicks. tail bar, bottom tail bars forming here, also giving us a confirmation of us going to the upside. So upon all this analysis, what we are trying to do to have a high probability trade, because honestly we don't really know what is going to happen. That's why we enter a trade, we put in our stop loss. So in case it doesn't work out the way we have thought out to be, then our stop loss is there to protect us. Then we can move on from there. Alright. So even apart from me drawing the W, we can see how the 20 moving average itself formed a W here. So now what we are waiting for is for it to play out. If it wants to go up, it goes. Otherwise, we could have a turnaround on this trade. Yeah, so guys, as I said, sometimes the market could be a little bit slow. Sometimes you have a nice move, you enjoy it. So on the days that you don't get smooth running trades to get some nice profits, you kind of get covered with it. Those days that you made quite a sizable amount of money trading. So, and then you don't even have to trade every day anyway. So it all depends on you. But as being traders, if we spot an opportunity, we always want to take advantage of it and make some more money. Money in the bag. Yeah. So this candle that was formed, that I was quite enjoying the move, it got cancelled by this purple candle again. So this one seems to be pushing it back up. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Let's see US 30. Yeah, so US 30 is currently, oh, I thought I entered a position here. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, I was looking to get into a position somewhere here as price pulled back, but I missed out on that. Yeah. So just as we were talking about price retesting this area, it broke above it with this big candle. It looks like that's what is happening. So we will have the full confirmation as price make its way further up, that we will know that truly it broke above this zone, this resistance zone, and came back to test it as a floor before moving up to wherever it wants to get to. Then all we have to do is to enjoy the ride with it. So far so good. I like the way it's playing out. Just wanted to clear this area and give us some more pips. On here. I believe if you entered the buy on the NAS, you should be in profits now. If you entered the NAS trade, it should be in profits now. So the other option is we could have gotten a position at the retest area when price took out this last purple candle. We could have gotten another position here, another position at this level as this candle took out the high of this purple candle. Could have gotten in here to go to the upside. Nevertheless, I believe we should be fine once this begins to play out as we expect it to. We should be fine. Put in the chat if you enter the trade. Put in the chat if you are in the money. Put in the chat if you are in the money. Where is my music? The place is quiet. The beat is on, the beat is on. Any pair anyone wants us to have a look at? Any pair you want us to have a look at? Shout it on the chats and then we can have a look at, to analyze it and see how we can take advantage of it. Yeah, it is in a small pullback, so we just hope it turns round and push up above our entry. So it's 2:05 now. US market open is in 25 minutes. Let's see, US 30. US 30 is kind of playing out very nicely. After I came back for the retest, it's pushing up. It's NAS that is keeps coming back. But US 30 is kind of behaving itself. SPS. I would have preferred this trade to play out in our direction before the market opens, but it looks like it's halting, waiting for market open, then it's begin its move. In any way, we'll see. We have our protection in place. If anything, we'll be fine. It's getting hot in here. US 30 is also in a pullback. It's in a pullback. Yeah, sometimes US 30 kind of moves so nicely giving you some cool pips. Moves fast as well. Go Nas, go Nas, go Nas. Does anyone have a question? How do you want me to go through it? You can put it in the chats. If you have a question, put it in the chats so that we can go through it together. Any pair you want us to look at, if you have a pair you want us to have a look, you can pop in the chat. Okay, alright. So if we look at this, what happened here? For instance, it was in a narrow state, so price was below the moving average, and just for extra confirmation of where price is likely to go, if you see wicks like this, already price is below the moving average, so our direction is we betting down, we entering trade to go down. So maybe it got to this point, and then seeing this green candles, if it somehow gets you confused, just look at this wicks that is living there and know that it's going to further push down, just as it did here. So in an instance where you have topping tails or bottom tails, it's a signal for telling you that price is going to the opposite direction. So that's what happened here exactly, and these are the kind of events we look out for in the narrow zone and also the wide zones. So over here, this is the narrow zone where we had these wicks popping up, topping tails happening here, or wicks. So if you see things like this, just be rest assured that price is going the opposite direction. It's going the opposite direction. If perhaps these two confuses you, just look at the number of wicks we have up here, the number of times it tried going up and then refused. So that should help you trade in the right direction. So if you were to take a trade here, your entry would have been when the purple candle took the low of this green candle. You'd have gotten a position here, or you could have gotten a position here. When the purple candle took out this green candle, then you would have had all this profit into this level. Okay, so I believe now we should be in profits on the NAS trade. We should be in profit. Yeah, it went up to the key level and then now pushing back. Went to the key level and pushing back. This is supposed to be 550. Came right back. Came right back. So happens to be a very strong area of resistance. Price is struggling to push through, which I believe once the market opens, the US market opens, it will have its way to do what it wants to do. If it wants to go up, it will just push up from there. So I normally try to avoid trading during the market open times, but looking at this, don't have any option to leave it to run, so we see how it goes. If it quickly goes in our direction, we'll take our profit and we run. So I'll be on my guard. 6 minutes to market open. So after this, we'll just call it a day. I think we've already done 2 hours. So if you have any question, you can pop it in the chats. Let's discuss it. Or you have any pair you want me to look at it, put it in the chat. Yesterday we had a very nice moves. During our live session yesterday, we had a nice move from 12. Today, it looks like the move started earlier than we started. It started around 10. So this level. But as I said, sometimes it's like that. You have to just wait, just like a lion sitting in the bush somewhere, targeting its prey. So once that prey gets into the track of the lion, it will pounce on it. So that's what we are doing. We are waiting patiently for the right moment to pounce. Waiting patiently for the right moment to pounce, to make some money. So I believe now, if you entered the NAS trade, you should be in profit now. You can move your stop loss above your entry to break even. Move your stop loss above your entry to break even, because market open is in 3 minutes or so. Market open is in 3 minutes, so just if it opens and then pops up, we will fly. If it do some pullback to our position, it takes us out with a small profits. And nevertheless, it looks like it's pulling back again. Yeah, it's indeed doing some shenanigans. Price is doing shenanigans, moving up and down, up and down. So that's why in a trading range area, I prefer to stay out and look for a better opportunity. Because if not, you stay and be watching the price moving up and down, up and down, up and down until it's ready to do what it wants to do. So I have moved up. That's my position. It looks like when price pulled back, it came to kick me out of my position already. Never mind, I have it on another. I've opened it on another screen, so it's fine. So that's what happens sometimes when you move your stop loss to break even. Sometimes you get kicked out before the moves begin. Yeah, that's a nice move. That is a nice move. Market's open. So you can take your money and run. You can take your money and run. You can take your money and run. I believe we took our position out because the market opened and you can see how price shot up above that resistance area, above this resistance area, and it's kind of pushing back down again. So I closed my position as price got here. With that said, yeah, oh, did I? Maybe I closed it. I closed it mistakenly. But I moved my stop loss above my entry, and then I went to look somewhere. I came back and I didn't find it again. So either I closed it by mistake or it got hit my stop loss in break even. Yeah. So guys, this is how we do it. Sometimes you just have to sit in the trade for it to work out. And sometimes you get a nice move And then if you have a nice move that goes straight into profit and continue going, that's the ideal situation. But if you have a trading range like this, it's better you stay away from it and wait for a better time to trade, a better time that there's a better movement, clear upward or downward direction to enjoy it rather than moving sideways. Even though this happens to be one of the ideal place to find an entry. It's an ideal place to find an entry. But if you get stuck in here, sometimes it goes on for ages. So you can wait as price break out of the box, then you find an entry and then you ride with it to wherever it's going. You ride with it. So just as I keep on saying that normally when market opens, price will first of all go to the opposite direction which it wants to go first. For instance, if it wants to go up, it will first of all push down, and then after some time, 15-20 minutes later, you'll find it now turning around to the actual direction that it wants to go. So with this here, I'm just thinking it might travel down, it might go down, as it's first of all pushed up and then it's now trying to push further down. So we could try a small size entry with it as price close below the moving average and gives us a setup. It gives us with an event. If there's an event there that we can take advantage of, we can jump in and then see how it goes. But normally I try to stay away from this kind of high volatility moving price up and down until it settles in the next 20 or 30 minutes. Let's see what happens on the stock market. This is Apple, Microsoft. I'm just looking out to see if I'll find a wow, this gap. Yeah, so this is Amazon. So this kind of thing happening, you can see now it's pushing up again. So this is Amazon. When the market opened, it gapped down. So now it is in a wide state. So if it's in a wide state, we can look out for a setup. If we have a price taken out either to the downside or to the upside, we can take advantage of. So now, as it is now, price happens to be below the moving average, even though it's way up there. So I think I will go in for a position on here. Okay, someone at the door. Yeah, so as I was saying, when the market opens like this and there's a gap down, how you go about it is once the candle that first opens gets taken out, you can go in for a buy. For instance, on this one here, the purple candle has been taken out by the green candle, so that's why I put in a buy here, back to the narrow state. So over here it's in a wide state, so put in a buy to the narrow state. So I just put in a small size anyway, so just kind of gave a, but it would have been better if I had gotten in earlier at this level. At this level, it would have been a better entry position. So mostly we have another one here. Another one here. So this is another trade that the green candle was taken out by the purple one, so you're going for a sell. You go in for a sell. I'm tempted to enter, but the best entry would have been on this candle. It should have been on this candle. Yeah, same thing here. You see paper gap down as the market opened. So now it's in the wide state. So if it's in the wide state, you can look out to getting an entry for a buy. Okay guys, go back to our usual partners. Nas is pushing down quite strongly. It's pushing down quite strongly. So it went up, it now pushed down to the zone again. It looks like it's going to sell more from the way it's looking. Okay guys, I think we've done 2 hours 42 minutes. I don't want to keep it too long. Oh, okay, great. Just as I said, took the Amazon trade. Yeah, that's great. So I think we'll bring it to a close today. Let's see the Amazon one. Yeah, so in the profits, Amazon, we are in profit. In the profits, Amazon, it actually went up to this high and then pulling back a bit. So guys, you can do this wherever, whether in stocks or in whichever pair that you want to trade on. It's the same strategy that will make you money everywhere. The same strategy, simple strategy. Simple strategy. Yeah. Okay, so without much ado, I will say we'll see you on the other side. Have a nice day and thank you for being with me today. I believe you had some value joining, and then we'll catch up later. Thank you for your time and have a blessed day. God bless you all.